Jude. You can say both, Jude and shoot.
Shoot fighters.
How about I shoot for your ankles and ankle kick you?
Bruv, you can't move like that. If it weren't for these broken knees of mine, yeah, I swear down, I'd have the maddest movement. I'd definitely be pro, 100%.
What's
I wouldn't no Russian league take me out like that.
Bro,
Are you mad or what? Welcome back, everybody, to the Sweet Sides podcast, episode number 10. We're in double digits, blood. 2 hands, yeah? With myself, Fat Mouse. Who else have we got here?
I'm Kash, aka Kash, with a K and not a
C. Now tell me,
C.
Kash.
Fits perfectly.
That doesn't
C
look like the
fits
hospital.
perfectly.
Where are you, mate?
Yeah. I'm
Where are
in I got transferred to another hospital.
Another ward.
Another
Arkham
ward
Asylum.
called Arkham Asylum. I got transferred to another ward called Marbella.
What? Blood, you are mocking. This guy was on death's door the other day, and now he's...
Death Row Records.
I mean, Death Row Records. He was on death's door the
Listen,
other day.
listen,
Now he's
what
in
does life...
Spain,
What does
mocking it, bruv, with that moustache of his. I'm at
Well,
yard
look how big it is
still.
now.
Huh?
Look how big it is.
It's wham.
It's a caterpillar.
Exactly, it's a caterpillar, 100%. But you
Caterpillar.
know what? Chat to us, Kash. How's Spain, bruv? Firstly, how's your health? How's your health? Let's talk about that first.
Alhamdulillah, it's
clear,
okay.
mate?
Well, what do you mean? More clear from what? Just in
Are
general?
you better?
I feel a lot better. I'm moving around a lot better. I haven't had any pain this whole journey
God
in
is
my
great,
hip.
first and foremost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and my ankle's held up, which is a big shot.
Oh, yeah, you got the
I haven't
ankle
had
and the psoas. Bruv, you're
Yeah.
just
But the psoas,
uni, bruv.
the psoas was probably the main thing because obviously that was the most current issue I had.
Mm-hmm.
But the psoas is held up. I haven't had any issues so far.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it was nice to get away. You know, I guess everyone went through a tough year and had a tough year and still having it. So it was nice to get a chance to get.
Trying to be nice about it while you rub it in from Spain.
I'm trying to be humble, dude, but it's that guy. I can't help
Bruv,
it,
shut up with your perfect set of teeth.
Say no more. Listen, I'm in Marbella right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think the week before, so I got here last Wednesday. If I had left the week before, apparently, I would have missed lockdown. Some things here are shut now. It's a bit quieter.
Oh, so you're in lockdown? In Spain?
It's semi. It's not like everything closed early.
Quarantine?
But yeah, the police are crazy out here, man. If you're not wearing a mask, Danny Dawson went out today, got chased by police for not having a mask on. But he stepped out the car to stretch his legs, and they were onto him like that in a flash. And they were like, "Oh, hola, señor, Moscow."
Masquerade.
And you know, Danny Dawson, he dipped.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my health is at the moment is
tremendous.
Troubled. And,
you're looking great, bruv.
Yeah.
With your tan, you're looking like a Sri Lankan, looking like a real life Kugan Cassius.
Kugan Cassius. I'm Kugan Cassius from Street Challenge Podcast.
Idiot.
How are you, my brother? How you been without me? It's been 2 weeks.
Shut up, bruv. You're an idiot, bruv. You're not active on the socials. You don't do anything. You don't do no polls anymore. I don't do the polls. You're meant to do the polls. I only do the flipping dessert ones. Your posts, your activity level's gone down, bruv. I've been struggling. Feel the struggle.
No, but listen, I want to shout you out, my brother. You've been
Shut up, man. Don't shout. Don't fake shout me out, bruv.
You've been grabbing it by the grabbing the ball by the horns. You've been running with it.
And just twist.
Grab it. Let me grab you by your hair.
Bike handle with the idiot, bruv.
Anyway,
Anyway,
you know what I said?
Nah.
See what I said? Let me grab you by your hair.
Are you trying to mock, man?
Sorry, brother. You look dang, though. I said it to you earlier. What's wrong?
Here,
why is your beard
open? I don't want to turn on the
Why
fan
is everything looking so
because I ain't shaved
clean with you?
Look, look,
no, but that's what I'm saying. You look clean though.
You're gonna I'm not usually, bruv.
Oh, but I'm saying today you look sharp.
I'm always
you look
clean.
like a Lego character.
Man's like,
you know them Lego characters that just come. Yeah. So the hat's boom as well. Everything's boom today. Jeez.
What?
Oh,
Are
snap.
you mad?
No matter what.
We're here, man. Sweet Science Podcast. Episode 10, man. It's this was a stressful one. I'm not gonna lie to you, blood. I was like, bruv, we're meant to do this on Sunday. Where you at? Oh, I can't really do it today. Something's gone wrong. All right, cool. We're gonna have to do it tomorrow, but we have to do it tomorrow. Monday comes. Yo, G, I can't do it. Something's going on with the internet. This, and that. All right, cool. Again, we can't do it. Today now is Tuesday. I've been running in and out of London, blood. Yeah, I've been running around. I was in Oxford earlier. I come back, I was broke. Yeah. Yesterday's dessert carries over to today's dessert. I can't have that now. So obviously, man's had that for breakfast. and then I'm like, bruv, I need a nap. I can't function. I wake up from the nap. Where's Kash? I don't know. I can't get through to him, and I'm groggy as hell. I get up, and I know already where I'm going to go for today's dessert anyway. So I quickly go there, run and grab one, communicate with the guy. Blood, can you stop? This guy's trying to steal my thunder, blood. You know how much rage I'm feeling already? Heightened emotions right now, bruv. Do you get me? Like I want to smash that window behind you, bruv. Idiot.
I think that's the next door neighbours. You know the covers for the yard.
The what?
You know how when you're in the balcony, you've got the little covers in between.
Yeah.
The shutters and that's there. So if you do that, you're probably intruding and you get arrested.
Wow. I'll throw you in there, bruv.
Cause here, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You got a bit of colour on you, they're onto you, bro.
Wow, I'm taking this off. Hold on, I'm baking, bro.
I'm never coming back here again. I hate this place.
Wee, bro, that's a lot better.
Slightly yesterday, do you know what happened?
Yeah.
Obviously, we touched base into why it happened, why I couldn't do yesterday.
Yeah.
But just to let everyone know, there was a little issue with our accommodation, so we had to change places, and it just caused a huge kerfuffle. And yeah, man, it might not seem stressful because people might think, oh, it's quick, but we had to pack 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes and leave and then find somewhere that's local, and everything is just gone. So, but yeah, we found something nice local to the city centre. So we're only here one more day.
Like, yo, I might have to come back early. I got nowhere to stay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was like, listen, with all due respect, these are all my issues. It's not life threatening. Can you do the pod?
Yeah, I know. That's all you cared about. I could have been sleeping in the gutters of Marbella. And just said, Marbella. Find some internet and get on the pod.
100%, lad. I'm not gonna lie to you. You chose to take this stupid holiday. You get me? And I'm sat here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hell, bruv.
4 days. Since my tash has grown into a tree trunk, slug. It just falls in my mouth. Disgusting. It just keeps falling. Dunking it in your coffee. And I'm just going out. What are you saying? What a week.
All right. What a week. We're going to get to everything step by step. Can we do this systematically, please? I know it's been a while. It's overdue, but here we are. Let's just do this properly, all right? Boom.
Let's go.
So, obviously, as per every week, and as is the schedule, the first part of this pod, and the first part of the show shall be the review. It's a bit different today because obviously we ain't got the same place. And I can't drop it off to Spain and then come back and do my thing. You could have drove here, but you. I know I was lacking. I was you know what I mean. I was slacking, but still. So Kash, let's talk about the desserts first. Let's take yours away first. What have you got there?
So I have gone for something what we like to call bougie, something very extravagant. I have gone for something that we don't get often. It's very rare to find in the world. Wow. It is a chocolate.
Blood, move the camera, blood. Move the camera up, bruv. I can see your boxer's buttons, man.
So that's my shirt. That's my shirt, bro. I'm wearing shorts.
Oh, shit. Blood, I was like, what is this guy doing on camera, bruv? What they called OnlyFans. Thought you had one of them, bruv. All right, Bob. Sorry, man. I completely took it.
OnlyFans.com/Sweet Science Podcast.
Oh,
yeah. So it's called the San Juan Chocolate Schmuffin.
Bobby Schmuffin.
Yeah.
All right.
It is.
It
looks
very Spanish
and tastes amazing. I found it in a little cafeteria called the San Juan cafeteria. So
San Juan.
I don't know if it's meant to be something to do with San Juan.
SN Juan.
I had to make it in San Juan and they said it.
Blood.
Hola.
SN Juan. Alright, listen, blood. Fantastic. So you've got a muffin there. You've got a chocolate chip muffin. It doesn't count towards
that's
the
a
pod.
one heck of a dessert.
Stopped it, but it's cool. Now bear with me a moment. Oh, snap! I just stepped on the charger. All right. So
I keep coughing, but
for my thing, and this is going to serve for both of us, I guess. I went to a lovely little Italian restaurant and bistro in Willesden Green, London's finest area, northwest London's absolute finest. Yeah, bam. The M. See the M? That's for mouse. Because I'm plugging my own thing now. Huh?
Mr. Moose.
It's Mezzaroma. Yeah? Mezzaroma. I'm going to put up the app.
Oh, you went to Mezzaroma?
Yeah, of course. Oh, shout out Z, by the way, because this is his thing, isn't it? I don't know if you know about this, but when he has a fat day, he'll batter a couple of these in one go. Yeah?
I don't know what it is, but I can't wait to see.
So lucky I took a picture beforehand because the thing's melted. But I went Mezzaroma in Willesden Green, yeah? And I got the banoffee pie.
Oof, let me see that.
Banoffee.
Oh, snap.
What do you mean, oh, snap? It looks like it got sneezed on, bruv.
That looks boom.
But this is what man
That is the best looking dessert I've ever seen.
Yeah, idiot. All right, so. But I just broke the lid. But lucky it's.
Oh snap! Can you see this? Can you see this?
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it. Someone's parasailing right there.
No way. That's amazing.
Happy Fool's
Day. All right, cool. Oh yeah, now hopefully people saw that post, which is a bit of a story or some background as to where we got that post from. It's not just come from here, although it would probably be better if it did. But it's based on something in it. Obviously, Tyson Fury's little altercation with Wilder when, have you frozen, bro? Oh, that is a butters thing to freeze on. Oh, what? My internet connection?
I'm losing you.
Is it me you're losing me?
Hello? Was I?
I'm here.
Was I?
My internet connection. I'm in London, bro. You're telling me that Can you hear me?
Hello? You still there?
Bruv, one sec. I'm here, man. I've closed this thing, man. Wow. Hotting up the whole thing. Can you see me?
You're back.
Can you hear me? I never left you.
Okay.
My apologies, guys. Technical hitches, technical difficulties. This is what happens when your podcast partner goes to Spain, blood. Yeah? Thinking he's the man. And the internet provider's whack. Okay. So what was I saying? Yeah, blood. Anyway, here we are. This is the dessert. Have you had yours yet? Did we miss it on cam?
No, you were talking about Tyson Fury. That's where it cut off.
It froze. There was a freeze frame on your face where you just look like an idiot, and I'm glad it was on your face that it froze and not mine. But yeah, we were talking about the background or the origins of that word, innit? Hosai. And it's when Fury pushed. Firstly, when Wilder pushed Fury, and then Fury pushed him back. In fact, Wilder didn't even push him; he lifted him like a child, didn't it, from under his armpits. And then Fury was like, "Nah, I'm not having that." He dashed him far. And he's like, "Look at you with your skinny legs, you pussy! Look how far I moved you." And then that's where it came from. Because Bear Man are saying, "Bro, where does this come from? Like, no one gets your private jokes." Bro,
you big doss. You big doss.
The origins, you pussy.
You get drilled. I know. Never mind me.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you.
And stop pushing forward.
I'm gonna show you better. I'm gonna show you better. I can tell you.
Keep yourself calm.
I'm gonna show you better. I can tell you.
Pussy.
I'm gonna show you better.
Keep yourself calm.
I'm gonna show you better. I can tell you.
Look at him. He's like a little featherweight when I pushed him across the room. You little bitch. Light heavyweight. I'm gonna bust you. I'm gonna pop you like a balloon, you little pussy. You're busted. Busted.
We'll see.
100%.
Yeah, but we say it in a different way because we can't say postal.
Man never gave me no thing, no cutlery. Look at that. Can you see that reflection?
What is that?
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
That's happens.
Go ahead. You go first. You go first. I'm gonna practice some discipline here.
Serious? You're gonna practice?
Well, you're taking too long. I'm going to do it.
You're right there,
guys.
bro.
Banoffee pie. Mezzo Roma. Williston Green. In the W2. Something or the other. Okay? Oh, the way that went through, bruv. The way it went through the top layer. And then the biscuity base just gave some resistance. Lord. Gee. That's fantastic. Nice.
Oh my.
You're a liar. You're a liar. We know you're a liar now. We know you're a liar. Oh, bruv. Oh, mate. Oh, crikey, that's good. Hey, get a load of that. Get a load of that, will ya? Look at that creamy white topping and a biscuity base. Banana-y as hell, toffee as hell. Just a storm in my mouth. Wow. That's good. Now, look, get him some milk, man.
This got hella chocolate chips, man.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, you look like you're struggling, but
I do need milk, though, because it's hard to...
Fizzy water. Yeah, man. Blood. It's in your tash and on your lips, and you just... Agua. Agua, por favor. Hey.
Agua.
Agüita. That's a small amount of water. 4 years. Yummy. Wow. Fanta. Fantastic.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, is it?
Listen, this is amazing. It is a very good muffin. Because you know the UK muffins, they come lacking with the chocolate chips. This got bear in them. This is like drilled with chocolate chips.
Who? Oh.
I'm saying this is drilled with chocolate chips in it.
Drilling. Wow. So you like that, yeah? This thing here?
Very good.
This banoffee pie, look what I've done. I'm going to start taking all the edges off first. So that corner, then that corner, then I'm going to hit this corner next. You see it? Oh, this is good. This is it's light, isn't it? It's a wham slice of cake. Or what's it called? Banoffee pie. But it is great. Look at that. Some brioche looking, dry, English scone looking, flipping crumpet.
It's not though.
Don't try it, bruv.
It's actually not. It doesn't. It might look like that, but it's not.
Serious.
It's not.
It's not. Okay. Wait there now. Let me talk. This thing here, whatever banana essence or whatever they use, it's the perfect amount. Do you get me? It's like it tastes like banana. Don't taste like the stupid foam banana sweets or anything super fake. It's not too much.
Or just like
perfect level of banana sauce. And then there's the caramel sauce on the top, and then this consistency, blood. It just gives in. Ah, look at that! It just goes in so quick and easy, blood. Whoa. And the biscuity base, it's a little bit soft, but I like that.
The what base? Whiskey.
Biscuity.
Oh snap! Which a whiskey base? What are you doing, bro?
It's been a long day.
2 weeks away from you, and you changed.
Yeah, man. This is good, man.
Sorry, I can't talk with my mouth. Proper 12 whiskey.
Proper 12.
Where is Connor?
I don't know, man.
Where is that?
Stick to this, bro. Wow, grey hair, you know. Problematic. Okay. So this thing here, Mezzo Roma. The banoffee pie is actually very good. It just looks like a standard slice of pie. It's whatever in it. Got the nice little pieces of banana in the corners. You get me? That's minor. Just give it a 7 out of 10 on appearance. Yeah? But that tastes great, blood. They're great. But it's
really,
yeah, blood. When you get back, we're gonna actually have one in the whip because it's great. I'm gonna have to say
It's great.
Blood, I can't fault it, bruv. I like it, man. This is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Because it's not heavy.
What?
10
Really?
out of 10, bruv. 10 out of 10. Stop freezing. Oh, blood. This is so boom. Again, go there. Order it. It's handmade. Handmade
right here.
in the thing. In the gaff. There and then.
Go inside.
Not there and then, but they've got it there, yeah. Sorry. I can't stop. Again, my connection's unstable again. Can you see me? Can you see me?
It's because it's you, bro. I can see you perfect. Keep going, keep going.
I had BT Openreach come along my road, innit? 3 days in a row now to fix the internet. Some of the winds, they disconnected the cables. They did some madness, but
yeah,
we've got it back now. I don't understand why it keeps coming and going, but it's unstable. But yeah, wow, that was tremendous. 10 out of 10. Absolutely cannot fault it, blood. I cannot fault it. Boom, shout them out. Put up their pictures, plug them here, there, everywhere. Go visit them and shout out the Sweet Science Podcast. Now, everybody there was lovely. They was a little bit busy and maybe slightly flustered when I came in. The lady there, I don't know her name, but she was very kind because I come in there a little bit groggy. I just woken up from my nap, the one I was talking about. And I was in a bit of a rush. I didn't know what I wanted or didn't know what I was doing. But she was very understanding. Like, she assumed I wanted to eat in. I didn't, so she put it from the plate back into the plastic thing. And then the guy there started covering it with a little toffee sauce. Great service, great guys. There was one new, I didn't realise he worked. He was on the phone speaking foreign. Potentially, I don't know what language, but yeah, he was just sat there. And every 2 seconds, like he'd offer man some help. He'd speak to the person there, the lady there or the guy there, speak to them in Italian and say, can you do this and can you do that? For me, I just felt like I just felt like a celebrity. So that was very nice to them still.
It's because you are. Sweet Science Podcast made you.
Out there, man. Oh, blood.
Such a pig. I love it. Anyway, my turn.
Yeah.
Appearance. It's just a standard muffin. I'm going to go for a drum roll, please. 7 out of 10.
Okay. It's not bad as far as a muffin goes.
And taste, I'm going to go for... I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. Wow. It's a good muffin.
That's a good muffin, bro. As far as muffins go, that's decent.
As far as Muffin Man goes, he made a good one in Spain.
Wow, Muffin Man.
So yeah,
that's good, man.
That's
8.5 out of 10, you know.
I enjoyed it. Do you know what it was? It looks dry. Like you said, it looks like a dry brioche, whatever, but it's really not. I've had it for about 7 days now, and it was boom. I'm joking. No, but it's not dry at all.
Yeah.
And the fact that they loaded it with chocolate chips, my love for my dear chocolate makes it infatuation with the chocolate. And yeah, man, perfecto.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
good stuff.
All right,
good stuff.
Hey,
guess what though?
Let's change this now.
I'm looking to go vegan, bruv. Mad, innit?
Huh?
Yeah. I'm done with this, bruv. Oh, not forever.
Yeah. You want to go vegan?
Because you know what it is, though?
An hour?
Well, you know what I was thinking about, yeah? So I'm going to do it for a couple of months, I think, hopefully, yeah? At the very least, vegetarian, innit? Because really and truly, man can't stop eating eggs and drinking milk. I don't drink much milk, but I don't care about the animals' welfare, blood. I'm trying to eat them guys, innit? But I'm just...
You don't really have milk. I've never seen you have milk in my life.
I just had a latte, so... Should I lie? Milk? You get me?
Oh, but usually you always get, can I get an Americano? Can I get an Americano? Can I get an Americano?
Exactly. When I'm treating myself, then I get a latte.
You wham, huge.
But I just want to clean up my diet, bruv. It's been ridiculous these days. It's been so bad.
Really?
I need to clean up the thing and a complete overhaul. And I'm thinking either, at the very least, just vegetarian, but not like, oh, I'll have chips and Oreos because they're vegetarian. Nah, blood. I'm really going to clean it up. Did you get me? I'm going to be back to prepping my meals. I can cook at home. I'm home, innit? I can cook at home, and that's not an issue. But I need to just go vegetarian, bruv. Just clean up. I need to detox because I feel sluggish, groggy, and quite frankly, like a fat whore. Do you get me? I'm not feeling it, blood. So it's gonna have to stop, man. Yeah, man. I don't like it, bruv. I feel like a fat schlag.
Jose.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah, man.
Jose. All right, Baba.
But this will be the only thing that I eat weekly that's going to be even remotely cheaty. And I'm going to look for a vegetarian or vegan option anyway. You can't exactly get meat in your flipping cake anyway.
Listen, Baba. Chat to me about Baba. About the fight game.
Oh, my. Oh, snap. I dropped some in my chest.
A week.
What a week.
I'm not going to lie to you. As soon as it happens, I'm not even going to start there, but we'll come to it. But, man.
What? No. We talk about that. We talk about it now. We talk about it now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah,
that was upsetting. That was heartbreaking. Genuinely left me speechless.
I was just about to say that.
I had no words, bro.
Just about to say that.
I had no words. I was like, yo, round 4, masterclass, bruv. Those knockdowns didn't take it out of him. We know what we're talking about. I'm not going to even introduce it. We know what we're talking about. Those 2 knockdowns took it out of him. No, sorry, they didn't take it out of him. But he was
done. I thought it was done.
Passing him. I was like, maybe round 5, round 6, we might get a knockout. But nah, I won't be surprised if it goes into the later rounds. Why? Because said fighter, the Russian chap, he's a veteran, isn't he? He's not a youth, bro. You get me?
He's a grizzled vet,
and he was unscathed and unfazed by them. Yeah.
Yes, he's been there many times before.
100 bare times. Do you get me? But regardless of that and how he was affected by the knockdowns, our boy, good fellow British Englishman, did a great job until he made one minor little mistake. And that was just
what was that mistake?
Open for a split second with somebody who does not let you leave yourself open. Yeah? He made a similar mistake to mistakes he's made in the past. And for that reason, like Povetkin said, obviously now we can introduce, we are talking about Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin in Matchroom's back garden.
No, it was Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin.
But yeah,
Povetkin.
You just cut off the flow and nobody appreciates that. But
sorry, man. But Dillian Whyte
was
it's upsetting, man.
He goes, I watch tapes and he makes the same mistake again and again and again. And he just leaves himself a little bit open every now and again. First round, end of round 1, Cotto told him, don't lean so forward. Don't lean so forward with your front foot. Like, come back there. Stay in line with your back foot, with your front foot. So,
yeah. 1 second, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, it's a good addition to the camp.
Yeah, well, of course it was.
Having the experience of Dave Caldwell, who's been around there, who's trained the likes of Tony Bellew, who's been in the corner with David Hay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's been in the game for a long time and he's very experienced. I thought, yep, this is just a little because he changed camps, because he changed trainers as well.
Yeah. From
Tibbs, I was like, maybe, you know, Javier, what's his name? Javier Mendez?
We know the name, bro. Miller.
Sorry, Javier Miller. You know, it's not as experienced at this level, especially going up against someone like Alexander Povetkin.
Yeah.
Having Dave Caldwell in the corner, I thought to myself,
they announced it quite late, though. Cool. He didn't have him for long enough.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. It was, but that's what I thought as well. I was like, but yeah, Dave was giving him good advice, and
he was.
Again, his habits, man. His habits. It's about practice and making that instinctual and
instinctive. But yes,
it's instinctive. Yes.
Where's Kash gone? Don't check your battery. Don't do that again.
Hello? Sorry.
Cool.
And it was he made a similar mistake. Obviously, in his first loss to AJ, in his first ever loss, pro loss, AJ, it was similar kind of shot, very similar kind of ending into the ropes. Again, he always seems to circles around, but when he circles around, what happened? Oh, sorry, I flicked my fingers on the screen. When he circles around, he tends to drop his hands really low.
Yeah.
And Povetkin pulled a punch.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That punch was
the back foot
so clean.
Behind on points. He was behind on flow, if that makes sense. Like the The guy never had his flow like
everything.
The guy never had the confidence like Dillian Whyte had. The guy wasn't in control like
exactly. That's what.
But he was tactical.
Imagine a round before getting knocked down twice.
No, but the thing is, he is a veteran, innit? Once again, I'm going to say this again. He's a veteran. So the reason why he was able to just deal with that pressure and deal with that fighting off the back foot and actual, as in like mental wise, he was like, listen, I just need to slow things down and understand what I'm in. Do you understand? And that's what he did. He picked his punches. He didn't overexert, didn't throw too many. There was no high volume punches. He just picked his punches, and they were almost placed perfectly every single time. Or they were placed almost perfectly
100%.
Every single time. Do you get me?
100%.
Good attacks to the body, good punches to the body. Took it out of Dillian slightly, but again, he's in good shape. I feel like he would have benefited from actually not losing as much weight. Controversial.
Same.
Because he looked tremendous. He did look like an athlete, innit? Where he doesn't usually. But that power that he carries over, that power never carried over like it could have with that weight loss. Understand what I'm saying?
The extra weight would have done justice.
Them punches and them knockdowns would have affected Povetkin more. Do you get me? Because one was a body shot. One was a body shot, bro. Now, you don't really get a flash knockdown from a body shot because when you get hit to the liver, you're not getting up that easily. Obviously, Povetkin did because it was just a shock to the liver, but he got up and he kind of shook it off and he was fine. Really and truly, putting water in the basement, going to the body should get you, like it should affect you for a longer period of time, and you won't recover from that. But he did recover because 100%. The power had been sort of nullified a little bit because of the weight loss, I believe, anyway.
No, I agree. I agree completely. I think it might have been a slight mistake. Well, not even a mistake.
It wasn't
I think
a mistake.
It was a miscalculation on their end.
Yeah.
They should have had him come in a bit heavier. Povetkin's a big guy as well. He's not the tallest. But he's a heavy hitter and he's a heavy guy. And having that extra weight with you, having that extra strength, really, really does. When you do take a shot and dish a shot, it has a lot. People don't realize, especially in the heavyweight division, that extra weight can mean so much. Look at AJ's performances. He's been at his weight is fluctuated so much. And you see, look at the difference between, I think his heaviest was against Ruiz 1 and his lightest was Ruiz 2. If I'm mistaken, someone could correct us in the comments. But you see the difference. In that first fight, he was huffing and puffing and he was gasping for air and he just couldn't. He's too big. His muscles are too big for him to get any oxygen in them. And after 4 or 5 rounds, he was spent. You see the second fight, he came in a lot lighter and he was moving about on his feet. And it was a clinic. And I think that's what Dillian wanted to do. I think he wanted to put on the clinic, and if he could go for the stoppage, get that stoppage. But I don't know if Dillian is that kind of guy. I don't think he's that fighter.
I don't think he is. Like, I think
he's more of a bruiser, you know?
He's a self.
Does that make sense when I say he's a bruiser?
Yeah, he's a bruiser. He's a bit brutish in the ring. He doesn't have that finesse. We know this. You understand? When he scores a knockdown and he celebrates, he's almost tripping over himself. When he wins and he kicks the flipping ropes, he almost trips up over it. Do you understand me? He knows he's not a ballet dancer. Do you get me? But he doesn't try to be. He knows he's just a raw, rugged. He's in there for a war every time he goes in there to fight. His hooks are not super clean, but they will dead you off. Now, since his shoulder injury, they look less clean. Does that make sense? Because your body remembers the movement pattern. So once you have the clean hook there, boom, it's fantastic. It looks good. Once you injure it, your body can't throw it, so it's kind of subconsciously changes the movement, and then your body remembers that because it's protecting itself against injury, which is fair. But his hook almost comes like a slap in it. It's a bit of a slap. I can't explain it, but it's a strange hook, but it works for him. Do you get me? Nothing looks graceful about him in the ring. But he's not there to look graceful. He says, I know I'm not at my best right now. I know I'm not, I'm still learning on the job. And I've only had, how many amateur fights did he have? Not many.
Not a lot at all.
Yeah, I think it was in the single digits. I can't remember. But he's not had many. So he's learning on the job. And it's similar to AJ because AJ says the same thing. I'm learning on the job and I'm learning at this mad, and I've got a lot of responsibility and a lot of expectations for me to learn quickly because I'm in against such, high caliber people so quickly. And the same goes to Dillian Whyte.
But Dillian says it every fight. He's learning every fight.
And he's adjusting every fight. It was such a shit, bro. And I know everyone.
Do you know what really annoys me? Do you know what really pisses me off?
What's that?
Is the fact that after 1,000 and something days, yeah, after 3 years of being a mandatory, almost 3 years of being a mandatory, yeah, well, it is 3 years or more than 3.
It's nice, under 3 years, but still.
He gets to the stage where the WBC fight, just under 3 years, yeah. The WBC finally get to the stage of him announcing that he's going to be the mandatory challenger and he will fight the winner of Fury Wilder next. Confirmed, yeah? You know how they lie a lot anyway, but this had never happened before while he was WBC mandatory. They had never, Mauricio Sulaiman had never come out of his way to say, "You're next." It was always, it was just he had the ranking and the position, but Sulaiman never came out and said, "After this fight, it is confirmed you're the next man in line."
It's crazy,
and it's just it always happens in boxing. It always happens that someone ends up slipping when no one expects them to, or when they're not meant to. Do you know what I mean? He was meant to go in there,
but the thing is,
put on a clinic and show
according
to the world.
whom? According to whom? Now, according to a casual fan, yes, he was meant to go in there and put on a clinic. Now, even the hardcore fans were flipping fooled, bruv. Even they got kind of deluded by the Dillian Whyte hype, innit?
I wasn't fooled. No, but the thing is, like, me personally, yeah. We spoke about it before many times. Every time we mentioned this fight, we knew how good Povetkin was. We knew what he could do. He's shown it years. But
you know what it is? You know people say
that fight when he came to the UK and he fought
anything can happen. Anything can happen. When you say anything can happen, that means you're not expecting him to lose. Do you understand me? It was a 50-50 fight, bro. And it would have been a 50-50 fight. I think the commentators were a little bit biased, saying, he's slowed down. No, he was just economical with his punches. He was just picking them expertly because he's got that.
But this exactly. He hasn't slowed down. You have to learn to adjust to your body. And the guy is in his 40s. He's not 28 anymore. He's not 32. He's not in his prime. So, of course, he's got to be economical. He's not going to move around the same. He's not going to throw as many punches.
The experience and the ability to see exactly that IQ.
That was in there, yes.
It was genius because, again, I likened it to this before, and it's a strange one, but it's a bait one, but he drilled that pattern. Dillian Whyte does this, I will do that. It's similar to the Masvidal Ben Askren fight, yeah? Askren's going to shoot, I'm going to do this. And we saw him drilling it. We saw him drilling the knee again and again and again till it becomes second nature. As soon as he shoots, boom, I only do this. That's all I can do is throw that knee. You see what I'm saying? So he's saying as soon as Dillian Whyte gives this, I don't know, any indication of this particular movement about to happen, respond with the uppercut. Because it came so quickly and it was definitely premeditated. Do you get me? That is planning, 100%. Preparation, and finding a problem or a fault with your opponent and capitalizing on it. And I have to have respect for him. Dillian Whyte made one mistake and he said, I did nothing wrong. It just happened to land and knock me out. He made a mistake there because now, enough respect to the guy, yeah? But if you're failing to see your problem there, it's going to happen again and again and again. Do you get me?
Correct.
You can't make an excuse and say, nah, I did nothing wrong. You have to see, well, your hands dropped and you were just open. You leant a little bit forward. You were just too easily, too recipient of that punch. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. I was literally about to say he was too available to get hit at that point.
The word, yes.
He was there. He wasn't asking to get hit.
No.
But this is the thing. When you fight a quality fighter, if you fight someone at the level of Alexander Povetkin, he's going to land that shot.
He's only going to land it because he's seen it in the past. And
that's what I'm saying, exactly. He's had that experience.
Yeah. So credit to Dillian Whyte. Maybe it wasn't a mistake, as in it wasn't a crucial mistake. I was
credit to Alexander
for way too long. It was a split second.
Credit to Alexander Povetkin.
Pardon?
I said credit to Alexander Povetkin. Absolutely. The guy's built like a brick. What's it? He's built like a bag of nails. Like he's tough as nails, as Eddie Hearn says.
Yeah.
Like. The guy gets knocked out. He got knocked down 5 times against Klitschko before he lost that fight. He got knocked down twice against AJ and he lost that, obviously. But then he got knocked down heavy against David Price. Came back and knocked David Price out. Got knocked down twice against Dillian Whyte. And Dillian Whyte could have really put on him and stopped him.
He wanted to be patient. He did say he's dangerous when he's knocked down. He's dangerous when he's back.
And that's exactly. And he is, though. You've seen it in his fights in the past.
And he was. He said, you know what? I'm going to shake this off. I'm not shaken by it. I'm going to shake it off. I'm going to go back to the draw. I'm going to slow things down. Do you understand me? So, I guess what Dillian Whyte said is it stands. And yes, he didn't make a mistake per se. It wasn't a crucial mistake, but Alexander Povetkin was able to capitalize on that millisecond or that split second of a mistake because he'd seen it before and he knew this is the movement pattern. This is what I'm going to do. Does that make sense? So I hope I'm not sounding like I'm fake technical or anything like that, because it was just clear. You see that that sort of, it's like a trigger. You get me? I know he's going to throw that jab, so I can guess that he's probably going to do this with it, or he's going to throw that and he's going to miss. And what I'm going to do is immediately throw that punch. So it looks like I'm reacting quickly, but I'm not. I've already planned it. Do you get me? But yeah, man, hats off to him. What a fight. What a heartbreak.
No, but
all of the UK fans were just in shock.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. It really, really, what annoyed me again, another thing that annoyed me is the fans that said that Dillian Whyte's a bum.
Okay, thank you. I swear to God, I wanted to get to this, yeah?
He was never good enough. He was never going to win a world. Someone did a poll online
and
said, will Dillian Whyte ever win a world title? And more than 50% said no.
Unbelievable.
He's dumb.
They're stupid.
This guy, look at the lineup. This is what really annoys me about fickle fans is when you're winning, they're on your backside.
Yeah.
Dillian's the man. Dillian's this. He's going to do this. He's going to knock out Wilder. Remember, everyone said he's going to spark Wilder out.
Yeah.
Then I ask people again, and they're like, Wilder will batter him. Wilder will batter him. Bro,
do you know what it is?
Listen, again, like they say in heavyweight division, anything can happen and someone can land a shot, whatever. But you have to realize where this guy came from and the level he was at, 4 or 5 years ago compared to now. Look at his lineup. Look who he's beaten.
Yeah.
He's beaten the likes of Oscar Rivas. He's beaten Derek Chisora twice. He's beaten don't go blank. Joseph Parker. He's beaten quality world class.
This is the thing. They will never be quality in terms of like in like as far as other people are concerned, unless it's the top 4. Do you understand me? Rivas, who's that? But he's not who's that. We know he's dangerous. We know his pedigree. But people don't see it. So who's Rivas? Where's he from again? Colombian guy, isn't it? So we don't know this guy. Do you understand me? But we do know him, and we do know he's dangerous. But to the the less educated eye, it's like he's just fighting any names. Chisora, that guy finished years ago. They don't know that he's at the peak now. He's at his peak now. He's better than he's been in years. Do you understand me? Who did Parker?
Exactly.
Parker. The losses are against whom? There's only two losses, right? Well,
AJ and Andy Ruiz.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sorry. It's not Andy Ruiz. He beat Andy Ruiz. He's the.
Oh snap!
He beat Andy Ruiz.
He beat Andy Ruiz
to win the world title.
Mad. So he's only lost to AJ, and now obviously Dillian Whyte, and then at that point.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you fine. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Speak.
Yeah, can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just taking headphones.
We're a family.
Charger in now. There we go. Go on. Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, man. It's like people are. But I only realized that a lot of people don't like Dillian Whyte recently after this fight. I never knew this. It was news to me. Everyone was like, haha, good. I'm glad to see him on his back. And I was like, what? You lot are UK fans. You don't have to back him. Yeah, you don't have to like the guy. But surely as a UK fan, you've seen the change in him, in his character. Yeah, you've seen the improvements he's made. You've seen his career. You've seen the struggle. Do you get me? Where you going,
Fickle.
It's not even fickle because I feel like they were just waiting for this to happen. I don't know, but I didn't like that, man. I didn't appreciate that.
They're waiting for his demise. Why? What? Because he doesn't talk a certain type of way, or he's not the ideal.
Yeah.
I hate that.
He
will be back. He will be back. He will beat
Povetkin in the rematch. Like, I'm ready to go. Eddie, can we get this year? Can we get the rematch this year? He doesn't want any tune-up fight, anything else. He's got his eyes set on the target. Can we go again? This guy just knocked me spark out. I was seeing stars. I want to go in with him again. What a warrior, bruv. Like, come on, man. Can you not see this?
Bro, that's the mentality of someone who's from the street, bro. It's a different mentality.
It's a warrior's mentality. It's not about street or not street.
It's not even. The thing is, it's not even that. It's not even flipping. I don't even think it's a warrior's mentality, bro. This is that I'm hungry. Like this is all I have mentality.
But that's exactly it.
If I'm not fighting, I'm not doing anything else.
No
and he wants to get back in there.
Yeah.
No boxing, no life.
It's mad. It's mad. I mean, that
what do I see happening? I see if they get the immediate rematch on, even if it's not the end of this year, which the target, I think they said December, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not, if he fights him next, I think Dillian will. He adapts really quickly and he learns from his mistakes. You've seen it fight, and he will win. He will win.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to say Dillian can't win this fight. Of course he can, but I just think that everybody, casual and hardcore fans, were both just a little bit off with their predictions. A lot of people said Dillian Whyte's got this easy. Or the pundits saying, listen, yeah, all he needs to do is get through this fight. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not that easy a fight. No, it's not even not that easy. It is a risky fight. Do you get me? There's a difference between saying it's not that easy. Don't overlook it. He'll go 12 rounds and then he'll just about get points, or he'll get himself off the canvas and he'll still win. That's what it sounds like when you say risky. Do you get me? Or sorry, not easy. When you say not easy, it means it's going to go the distance. It's going to be taken to deep waters, but he'll come through. This is when risky is when it's like, rah, he can lose it all, and he did, and it's such a shame because it can happen again. Don't get it twisted. The same way Dillian Whyte's preparing, so is Povetkin. Povetkin's like, what did he do? What did I do wrong? Povetkin's going to be doing this. What did I do wrong in the first 4 rounds to get me on the canvas twice in round 4? What did I do wrong? Okay, he landed this. Okay, how are we going to avoid that? Let's drill that in. Let's work on this. Let's work on that. Let me get a bit light on my toes. I know I'm an old man, but all I need to do is land that punch again. So maybe I can dance around him for a little bit longer, avoid his punches, avoid that breakdown, that systematic breakdown, and then just do it again. Repeat. He can lose it again, bro. And I hate to say it because I do want to see the guy win. If for nothing else, just the length of wait he's had to get this title shot. Do you get me? It's mad. He can lose it again, bro. Just as easily. Just maybe easier. Because this guy, he knows what he's training for. Povetkin, he's a veteran. He knows what he's training for.
In my opinion, I just think at this point in his career, like obviously Povetkin proved us wrong, but I think at the moment in their careers, Dillian is the better fighter, and I think in the second fight he will show that. It's like when AJ fought Ruiz. In my opinion, even though he lost the first fight, I thought AJ was always the better fighter and is the better fighter. I think people have their nights.
Yeah.
I think he was, and he proved it in the second fight.
He made adjustments. He made what he showed.
He showed that he's got more tools in his arsenal than Ruiz did. Because Ruiz came up with this exact same game plan.
It's weird.
As the fight.
It's weird though, because for the fight, the first fight, Ruiz was here in terms of ability, and AJ was here. Yeah. And then it switched. It was a complete juxtaposition.
I don't see the first fight. I don't think came down to ability. The first fight,
he had no response for his. He had no response for the counters. Every time he punched, he countered.
But this is what I'm saying. I don't think it's to do with ability though.
Then what was it about?
I think it was to do with mentality, his brain. He didn't in my opinion, he froze, man. And I've never seen AJ like that. He got hit, and he was gun shy. He was so scared to engage, and when he did engage, he was off.
But he was scared to engage because every time he initiated an attack, it was getting countered. And this chubby midget had mad speed that he wasn't ready for. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
That's the problem.
But then I'm saying the chubby midget was the same chubby midget in the second fight.
He wasn't chubby. He was chubbier, and he was less prepared.
Yeah, but I'm saying
he was partying hard, bro. Like Danae said,
that's fine. Again, that's mentality, though, isn't it? Yeah. If you're hungry enough and you're the champion, the ability goes out the window when you're really, really hungry to win.
Yeah.
And AJ proved it. And I think Dillian will do the same. It's a 50-50 fight. And again, Povetkin can do the exact same thing he did again. Yeah. Lose a couple of rounds, get knocked down, see an opening and exploit it. But I reckon more time with Dave Caldwell, more time with Javier Miller.
Yeah.
I think watching back the tape, he'll understand that this is what can't happen again and this is what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And I've got no doubt in my mind that Dillian will win that rematch.
Bruh.
I think he's good enough.
No, he's good enough. Of course he is. I mean, I hate this. This is heavyweight boxing for you. One punch can change a whole fight. I mean, that can happen in any weight division. Do you understand?
I know. I don't know why people
it's
always
weird.
say
Don't try to hype up heavyweight boxing because it doesn't need to be hyped up like that. But anyway, he can just get one punch can change the whole round.
So true. That really annoys me, bro.
What?
Everyone only says it for the heavyweight division, but you look at all the other weight divisions below.
Are you
mad? He can take one shot.
And it will crumble you, man.
Like when Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, that was the most. out of all of their fights, that last fight they had,
Most
Pacquiao was
iconic.
dominating that fight. Every other fight was 50-50. Every other fight was back and forth, back and forth. That last fight they had, Pacquiao was, apart from 1 or 2 rounds, Pacquiao, that looked like he was going to unanimous decision.
Yes.
And what did Marquez do? Marquez hammered him, bro. Pac was gone asleep.
It's, again, in boxing, one punch, and it's the punch that you don't see. That's a cliche, but that is actual facts. It's the punches you don't see, man. Because if you don't see it, your brain is not prepared. You're not bracing yourself for it. You're not mentally ready for this can. Even if you know this is like pugilism, you're in front of someone who's going to lick you. If you can't see it coming, you're not ready. So as soon as it does come, it's a sucker punch, essentially. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a crazy one. I mean, I think we're going to have to. Yeah.
I was going to say, let's talk about the co-main event on that card, because that was.
Yeah,
insane.
Let's move on to the co-main and then move on to the UFC, just because we ain't got time, bruv. I don't want to have a 2-hour long episode. I think Dillian Whyte, Povetkin deserved this much attention or this much focus. Did you get me? I'm not too sure how long it has been, to be honest, but yeah. What was the co-main, man? Let's talk about it. Take it away, sir.
Katie Taylor versus Delfine Persoon in 2 in their rematch. And boy, I ain't going to lie to you. If they carry on fighting like that, I don't know what Delphine's going to carry on doing, but if Katie Taylor carries on fighting like that, she ain't going to have a long career. Because she can't keep getting into wars like this.
Is she ahead?
She can't. I mean, I really, really expected, and this is wrong of me, I thought she was going to come in and outbox Delfine. No. But again, Delfine proved to the people she's at the elite level.
Yeah.
She's up there. The first fight was 50-50. And it went to the scorecards. Yeah. And again, a lot of people saw Delfine winning that fight. 100%. A lot of people said to me, Delfine won that. Katie Taylor has the name, and Delfine got robbed.
Yeah.
This second fight, people saying a similar thing, but it was slightly more clear.
Yes, it was more convincing. In my opinion as well. I think, to be honest, Katie Taylor did win this fight a lot more convincingly. Delfine Persoon admitted, she goes, "Listen, I don't have no qualms with this decision."
Yeah. She even said it. She wasn't after a third fight. After the fight, she goes, "Congratulations! This was you. This is it. You've done it.
Yeah.
Congratulations!" And that was it. That was the end of their rivalry then and there.
Yeah.
Katie, I think Katie. I mean, she landed more shots.
Yeah.
It was the punch output. She's obviously the quicker fighter.
Yeah.
She's got the sweeter and cleaner combinations, and she was throwing a lot more. Yeah. But again, she takes too many shots, and I just don't know. Like
way too many. Way too many, and it's not good. How old is she? She's not like young, is it?
I think she's touching 30 or something like that.
I'm saying, like, this is still prime, but you're not young, innit? Like, you shouldn't be allowing yourself to take so many, because as you get older, you can't.
I mean, the first fight she took so many licks. The second fight is you go in and you change the game plan. You don't want to get into it. You don't want to engage.
I don't think she has that many dimensions where she's able to change the game plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think she's very good at what she does, but what she does is limited. Does that make sense? Like you said, she's a workhorse. Her output is always high.
It comes to that. It comes to the quality of the opposition.
Yeah,
she was fighting these ladies who weren't at her level or near.
Yes.
And she was blasting them out, and everyone was like, "She's the next best thing." Her and Clarissa Shields are the next. Clarissa and her. They're the best. They're the best. And you slowly started to see the chinks in the armor now, whereas Clarissa's showing that she's unstoppable.
Actually, yes, strength to strength. Yeah. And this is the problem, because she's getting
depth.
Yeah,
and she shows that. And the thing is, Clarissa's not the when you on the eye, it doesn't look like the mover and the guy, the lady who's not gonna take the shots, but she comes in and she puts on clinics.
Yeah,
she dominates from bell to bell. She doesn't stop. Katie Taylor, again, in my opinion, is fantastic. She's one of the greatest women fighter ever. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter how short her career's been.
Yeah,
look at what she's accomplished and look at what she's done.
Absolutely.
And she single-handedly brought women's boxing back to UK.
Yeah,
she made people interested. You know.
Yeah, that's true. And, I believe you, Kash.
It's true.
Instead, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did better than you still. So basically, I think I did a good fight. She's a strong opponent, Persoon. I don't take it alone again because I'm ready to go right now.
The judges' scorecards.
I
think so. I knew it was going to be a tough battle going into this fight. It's never going to be an easy fight against Delfine. She's relentless. So I knew I had to dig deep at some stage during the fight, but I thought I boxed really a lot better than the last time, and I stuck to me boxing a bit more, even though I got drawn in.
You hit the nail there.
You sound like Scooby-Doo, bruv. Where's Ready? Yeah, I'm going to end this pod now.
Bullseye.
Oh.
Listen, Bullseye.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Where does Kate? A lot of people saying that I was watching a lot of I was looking at a lot of posts on Instagram and Twitter, and a lot of people said, "Oh, Kate's had a great career. I think she should call it quits now. I think this is the end of Katie Taylor." And I was like, "Really? Sometimes you get that guy or that gal who comes into the gal who comes in there and gives you these fights."
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to touch on the same thing. Parquez and Pacquiao. Pacquiao and Marquez. Do you get it? Pacquiao and Marquez were just going back and forth for years.
Yeah.
Should they have called it quits because they kept getting into wars?
You see what I mean? No, never.
And then they turned into be two Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, two of the greatest fighters who ever graced the planet Earth.
Bro.
Come on. Sometimes you get these fighters who just have your number, and sometimes you get these fighters who just styles clash. No matter how many times you fight, it doesn't matter what the outcome is, it's the same type of fight. It could be both ways, it could be a draw, but you still have that war. Man, and I'm thinking to myself, people saying that she should retire, you must be silly.
No, that's
you
unfair.
Must be silly.
That's unfair still. But yeah, man.
Still.
But yeah, man, that was the boxing. Those are the two main, fights that we wanted to touch on, to be honest. Everything else kind of got covered. And then we move on to the UFC. Yeah? What do you think, man? What we covering? Are we just covering the main event or what?
I mean, let's start with the main event. You start off.
Sorry, okay, all right, cool. So yeah, the main event was Munhoz versus Frankie Edgar. Wow. Wowee. It was age versus, well, that's how it was set to be, the age versus, youth, innit? Old age versus youth, I should say. We know how it ended. For those who don't know,
it was a war, man.
It was definitely a war. It was definitely a war. It was quite. I'm one of the guys that thought it was controversial, man. I don't know about yourself.
You thought Pedro won?
I think he could have easily taken that. Easily could have taken that.
So do I. No, I think he could have won it.
Yeah, I think that.
But do I think he won it? Well, see, I haven't watched it back. I've seen highlights of it. So this is.
Yeah.
When I watched it live, I had Frankie winning. When I watched highlights, I had Pedro winning.
So can I be
I
honest?
need to watch the fight again in full.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, carry on.
I'm saying I need to watch the fight in full again to see who I think won.
Decision,
but when I watch the highlights, see, the thing is, you can get they're not official highlights. You can get highlights where a guy just has a favorite fighter or picks out certain points of the fight. Correct. And but even when I was watching highlights and I picked up during the main fight, during the actual fight live, Pedro lands longer and look like harder shots.
Yes.
Whereas Frankie throws very short. I know he's a smaller fighter and his reach is not as long as Pedro's.
Yeah.
But he looks shots. All of his shots looks like he's slapping.
Yeah.
He looks like he slaps every punch. His hook is like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the way I saw it on TV, but I don't know. When I watched it live, I had Frankie winning, and it's a big jump. You got to remember, Frankie fought at 155.
Yes.
Frankie's fought at 145. Now he's at 135. I would love to see Frankie, Edgar, and Jose Aldo at 135.
Wow.
I would love to see the old dogs go at it.
Yeah.
At this weight division, because man, Frankie looked sharp. Frankie looked quick for someone his age. You got to remember, he's coming towards. He's at the end of his career. He's not coming towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
This is his last chance.
Yeah.
To win a title.
Yeah.
You know? And Pedro Munhoz is a very good fighter. We've seen Pedro in against Cody Garbrandt. We've seen Pedro in against Aljamain Sterling. And Pedro is, again, he was top 5.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was cherry picked. And Frankie's first fight at that division, I think it's a very good fight. It could have gone either way. And
correct.
It was like when Jose Aldo fought Marlon Moraes. It was similar. It could have gone either way, but in that one, who got the victory? Marlon.
Yeah.
Instead of the old dog, Jose. But then what happened? Jose got the title shot.
Yeah.
So
it was. Yeah. It's
I wouldn't mind seeing
to be honest, a lot of people. If you saw the tweets, a lot of people were like, "That's a great fight." But Munhoz gets it. And when the decision was announced,
I'm still here. I'm just
yeah. When the decision was announced,
I'm
a lot of people were shocked.
I'm filling up tweets.
Pardon?
Yeah, no. Look at what Munhoz said after the fight.
Yeah, it wasn't just him. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, he might not want to put his hands up and say, "You know what? I lost that fair and square," because he was in the fight and he knows that he didn't really lose it like that. People watching, a lot of spectators, a lot of fellow UFC fighters and pundits were like, no, that was Munhoz's fight, man. Do you get me? I think the round in contention was the third round where it was quite clearly Munhoz's, but a lot, it was given to Edgar. I think unanimously was given to Edgar, which is.
I was just looking at some of the tweets, and it's true. A lot of people did say they were shocked. Look at what Munhoz said after the fight, though. That's what I'm saying.
No secret, bruv. I have no idea how to use Twitter,
he was convinced he won the fight. It wasn't like
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I'm surprised Frankie didn't try and go take him to the ground as much as he should have. Because I think he's the better wrestler.
It was all pretty much standing, man.
But that's what it comes to now, man. A lot of UFC fighters just trade now, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
Have you noticed it? I don't know if it's just me who's noticed it, or I might be waffling and I don't watch enough.
I don't know if it's a trend, but
a lot of them just now I don't know if it's just for the fight bonuses now or whatever it is. But everyone wants a knockout. I don't see anyone just going.
It does make for a more entertaining fight. It does make for a more entertaining fight. And
I get that. No, I understand that. But like, if you stick to your strengths,
but I'm quite a big fan of the ground game, man. I'm a big fan of like appreciating the ground game. Do you understand? I love a bit of jiu-jitsu, man. I love. Yeah.
It's like DC and Stipe. If DC followed his natural attributes, which are to strip you down and work you on the ground and out grapple you and hold you and just constrict you and make you feel like you're not in this fight anymore.
Yeah.
He could have won the fight. Obviously, it depends. It depends on the fight you're fighting, because it's not. I'm not saying that Daniel should have done that. He could have done it whenever he wanted to, because Stipe is elite, and Stipe didn't allow him to do that.
Yeah.
But in that fight, for example, DC was trading a lot more than he should have. And I don't understand it. And I've seen this trend now where all these fighters want to stand and bang instead of let me take you down.
Yeah.
Let me actually try and submit you.
Yeah.
Let me.
A shocking one was Usman and Colby Covington, but I think they just wanted to bang each other. It wasn't for entertainment factor. They just wanted to hurt each other, man. You get me?
Yes.
So that,
yes.
But
yes.
now that you say it, I think I see it even more. Do you get me? Like it's.
We're getting a lot less submission wins and people controlling the ground in comparison to a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, even 3 years ago, when it was people were showing what they do, what their skill is, what their martial art is. Now it's come down to who's the better boxer. My stand up is the best. I see all these sambo guys now. These guys from Russia and from
Dagestan. Weird.
Sorry, Dagestan and that, saying my stand up is best. I am strong stand. Like, bro, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Just do what you can do.
Fail, dominate. Khabib's the prime example. We don't give up. Khabib don't care.
Yeah.
And this is why people love Khabib.
Yes.
Doesn't matter. People never said Khabib's not entertaining.
Yeah.
People say Kamaru's not entertaining.
Yeah. That's true.
Because Khabib, like, for example, Khabib doesn't come out and say, "I'm going to knock you out.
Yeah.
I'm going to smash.
Well,
I'm going to punch you up."
But
He says, "I'm going to smash you," but his way of smashing is
maul you.
Maul you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I've seen that trend and I don't like it. And I want people to go back to what they have mastered. Do you get it? Because then these fighters will win fights they're meant to win. and you won't lose the fights that you're not meant to lose. You know.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to touch. We forgot to talk about. Dana White announced the date hasn't been confirmed, but Tony Ferguson, Dustin Poirier.
Oh yes, bruv, that's yes, yeah. That's mad. That was
big shout out to Khabib Nurmagomedov, because if it weren't for Khabib, I want to fight winner of this. Whoever wins this fight, they can fight me next. So Tony.
So that'll be for his 30th fight.
Whoever beat Dustin, take my fight to me.
Over what?
Dustin. So Dustin's up there in Khabib's mind, bro.
Yeah.
Dustin is up there.
Yeah. That's
so we could finally be in line for Tony and Khabib. We might be able to get it.
To be honest, I'm not a superstitious guy. I don't see it ever happening, bruv. It's just too many. It's failed too many times. It's just like it's just not meant to. It's not meant to be. Do you get me?
But this is what I think. This is what I think. Again, you know, I like to play the ideal scenario and the bollocks in the ideal world. Yeah. But what I see could happen is, if everything goes to plan for these guys, is Khabib beats Gaethje, and that's number 29. Yeah, that's 29, 28.
29. It's LA, bruv.
30, obviously, he wants 29.
Yeah.
30, he wants 30, he obviously wants GSP.
GSP, yeah. Are you thinking or are you slowing down, bruv? Sorry, you're thinking.
Which is a big... If that fight doesn't happen, and it's not GSP, which is a big possibility it can't be, who knows that Khabib's last fight could actually finally be Tony Ferguson after all the years we've been waiting. Number 30 is Tony Ferguson. Finally.
Mad. I mean,
imagine that.
That would be.
Imagine the scenes, Jeff.
Yes, Jeff. Unbelievable ones. Emmy. But that would make for a mad final fight, innit?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot, man. What else is there, man? Flipping hell. I just can't wait for Skinny Boy. Skinny Boy's hiding.
Yeah.
Have you seen their little conference? Have you seen their little Skype conference? Put your tats away, man. This is ESPN.
I did.
Yeah, little balloon. You go. That's bad.
What's hiding? Listen. By the way, it got changed. The date was obviously when we first announced it, and everyone announced it. It was 21st September, but it's actually the following week, so it's not 21st. It's the 28th. Adesanya Costa. So you know when the reports first came out, everyone said it was 21st, but the Dana White that same day or the following day said nothing's been confirmed. It's not. Don't listen to anybody. Blah blah blah. And it turns out that was actually true, because a couple of weeks ago when they announced the fight again officially, it turns out it's the 28th and not the 21st.
That's good to know. I wasn't actually aware of that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm terrible with, you know me, dates and names and just things in general. My brain don't work like that. It's bare strange. But I'm really bad at remembering dates and remembering names. Pardon? I'm a balls already.
It's the first like.
How do you see that fight going, though, man?
Come on, man. You know who I got.
I don't know who you got. Now, I think we've spoken about it, but okay. Shall I tell you who I've got? It's a 50-50 fight. It is just brute power versus
You're sitting on that fence.
It's not but it's difficult because it's not a fence to sit on. There's no fence to sit on, bruv. Here, do you understand what I'm saying?
You're trying to jump over that fence, but your box has got caught.
Workhorse, ped abusing, dare I say, Brazilian versus this just clinical skinny boy whose IQ is unbelievably incredible, yeah?
Yes.
And technically is phenomenal.
Clean, yes.
Mad. Can he negate the power? Can he avoid Bochina's power? Or is he just going to get rocked and that's it? Skinny boy's hiding. Do you get me?
Yes.
It's a hard
because people don't realize that Paulo Costa, the fight we're obviously talking about is Israel Adesanya, Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
For the middleweight title, Paulo Costa, regardless of the they come forward and brute force and stuff. He has educated hands. Yes. He throws very, very, very good combinations, and he's not a headhunter. He goes to the body. He works that body so much.
Yeah,
and he's very good. He's very good at what he does.
Yeah,
and but obviously, like, I don't know if I've said it on the show before, but my favorite fighter currently and for a long time has been Israel Adesanya.
Yeah,
I've loved this guy. Just everything he does. I think he's the package. You know that.
You like
the guy that they want. I don't know that. I don't know what he's doing. He went blonde and then went pink. I think he's just
let him express himself, man.
Imagine he comes out red and he's a Power Ranger when he comes out and dances.
Wow, you should dye your Kash pink. That would be crazy.
I'm gonna dye it yellow.
You dirtbag.
I want to look like a Flintstone. I want to look like Fred Flintstone.
Fred Flintstone. But listen, so you haven't told us who you're going for. Yeah. You're going for Izzy.
I'm going Izzy.
Oh, these giant black balloon
Izzy. I'm going Izzy on a points decision. I'm not going to see unanimous because it could go split or it could be majority because it's one of them fights where it's going to be output versus accuracy, in my opinion.
Yes.
The cleaner shots versus the person who's going to throw them more.
Yeah.
Throw more power shot. I think it will be. I can see Adesanya landing clean. I can't see him knocking him out. I don't see Adesanya stopping him because Paulo's got that ped abused chin and just each shot and he smiles and stands there and laughs. That chin made of just pure granite and MK. Just everything in there is just made of.
Yeah.
It's just impenetrable. Like you can't break it.
Yeah.
But remember years, like a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, before Barshina made a debut, I sent you his Instagram and I was like, look at this animal. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah. I think you spoke about
ages ago
as well.
He was shadow boxing and he was like, oh, is that what we mentioned?
Yeah. I think so.
Fair enough. Sorry, boss.
But no. But it was you've been on his boat, bruv. Like, I mean, you fancied him for a while now.
What I'm saying. What I'm saying is, don't get twisted. I don't think it's an easy fight for Izzy. I rate Barshina very highly.
Yeah.
And I think if Izzy's not in division after this, or he moves up or whatever, Paulo Costa will be the champion. And I don't see a lot of people beating him.
Wow.
And then obviously now we've got Luke Rockhold back in the division, and we've got Chris Weidman who said he's moving back down to the division. He just had a win. I think he had the win at 185, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So we've got Rockhold and Weidman, the old dogs, back in it, former champions. So it's interesting to see where this goes. I don't see them winning the title again. But if anyone's got a chance out of the two, I think Luke probably has the better chance.
You reckon?
But his chin is deteriorated to the max. He gets clipped and he just goes. Yeah. He goes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then obviously we've got Khabib and Gaethje coming up.
It's gonna be a lovely. But 2020 has been a mad blessing in so many ways, bro. I lie. It's crazy. And for UFC wise, woo, been mad.
Yeah.
Been absolutely insane, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I mean, I think this is it, right?
That's it for you.
When you back to London?
I'm back whenever.
Well, you better give us a time. I'm sure you got plane booked, blood. Flip the camera around. Let's see the view again. Just make us jealous. Oh, you're indoors now?
Inside now.
Oh, okay, see?
Inside because it's dark outside.
Ah, terrible. That's probably the best time to be out. Still.
Skinny Boy's high.
Wow, that's all right. Still, some IKEA furniture and everything.
I mean, the other one that we were in was amazing, but yeah, you
know you never showed me, innit? Because you're an idiot. You're too busy trashing the place like a little teenager.
I'm sorry, boss. It happens when you're 15.
It's true. All right then, man. Gentlemen, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Sweet Science Podcast, episode 10. Bro, we're double digits, bruv. This almost never happened. I'm not gonna lie to you. Today, I wanted to give up. I was like, ban this. It's just, I can't communicate with this guy in Spain. It's hard. Are we going to leave it and miss a week? But I'm not on that happening. So we made it happen. Well done to you, sir. Well done to you, man, watching. Everybody. You get me? It's been tremendous. Thank you very much. I've been your boy Fat Mouse. This has been.
I've been your boy Kash.
10.
Sorry, I've been your boy Kash with a K. Kash with a cough.
Kash with a cough.
I need water so badly. I got mad heart.
Same.
Right
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm dying still. My lips are dry as hell. I'm licking them and it's hurting me now. It's like sandpaper. But yeah.
Well, yeah. He's been Fat Mouse. I've been Kash, aka Kash with a K. And we've been the Sweet Science Podcast. This has been episode 10. And we shall see you on the episode.
We'll be back in the studio, baby. God willing. All right. Absolute pleasure. Guys.
We'll see episode 11,
about 21. Madness.